What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Today I'm bringing you guys episode 28 of my Timberwolves rebuild franchise. In today's episode, we are playing game 2 of the finals against the Indiana Pacers, and this is a really exciting game for me. Our second game at home, we really got to pull out a win on this one so we can win both of our home games to start off the series. That would be a really good way to start off 2-0, and that would just kind of give us the momentum when we move on to Indiana. Let's see what Shaq and Ernie have to say about this game in the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson and Shaquille O'Neal here on 2K Sports as we get set for Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. Minnesota's been playing with a lot of focus. It's always an exciting time of the year as fans and other players and coaches around the league all getting a first look at how they might be shaping up for the upcoming season. Well, we all know what happened in that first game. Just how big is the impact of that road win on this series?
Well, Arnie, a road win will change the whole dynamic. You know, one of my favorite old NBA sayings is, it's not a series until someone wins on the road. And when that happens, that's when the playoffs start.
You know, one of my favorite all-time NBA sayings, it's almost game time. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Alright boys, game 2 of the NBA Finals is underway. Needless to say, I'm very excited to see what we can do in game 2 of the Finals. I want us to walk home with a win. We are in Minnesota. We are trying to get this crowd pumped to see their Timberwolves walk home with a championship. In the last episode, I brought up that the Timberwolves roster for the most part has not won a championship before. I completely forgot that we actually have won the Finals with this team last year. So a lot of these guys are just working for that two-peat, and I'm working for that two-peat as well. This should not be a difficult series. This Indiana team should not be able to beat us. But this will not be the first time in NBA history where an upset has occurred. So we need to keep playing as hard as we can to guarantee that we can walk out here with a win. After all, last episode, the game turned out much closer than it should have been, and we stretched away in the second half, but things were really scary in the first half as the team, I believe, was leading us in the first half of the game last game. So we really need to come out strong in this game, and if we don't, I don't know if we can push again in the second half like we did in the last game. So right here, you see James Harden's cooking on these boys. We're doing what we can. We're also throwing up an oop right here. Now, you know our team is all about them oops, and that's something that's really good to have on your team because oops bring the momentum. You see that I throw at least 4 or 5 oops a game, and it just gets the defense out of it because they don't really know how to stop it, and it just proves our athleticism and just gets their defense out of rhythm, and it gets us just getting that momentum because the crowd gets pumped when they see the oop. We get pumped when we see the oop. It's just a cool play all around, and there's nobody on our team who's not athletic enough to throw it down, or at least nobody in our starting lineup that's not athletic enough to get up there and throw it down with ease. Even our guards. I mean, James Harden's got not the greatest athleticism, but that boy can get up there and throw it home. And Wilcox, our freaking crazy point guard. This dude has almost 99 everything when it comes to athleticism. Right here, here's an example. He is flying up there and just flushing it down. I mean, it's no problem for him. This guy gets up so high. You see, he's just jumping over people, dunking on people. He is an unbelievable player and an unbelievable pickup for us. It's really crazy to see that. The draft picks that we did and just the moves that we made have ended up making this roster. And it's just really cool seeing like the final pieces coming together. And it's just crazy to believe that this team is almost done. We almost have to do another rebuild for when 2K16 comes out. And I'm really excited for that as well because we get to re-experience this journey of getting new players and all these new drafts and stuff, and just hoping that we can pull up some rookies, hoping they develop, and then see if they can become a Wilcox like what he's become for this team. Because let's be honest, if we didn't have Wilcox on this team, we would not be nearly as good of a team as we are. Right here, he even just got that reverse layup. This man is a beast. Even Murray Cardinal has been a really efficient sixth man for me. That boy can shoot like nobody's business. And you see Wilcox is going off right now. Right here does a self alley-oop. Pretty sure in a normal NBA scenario that would be called a travel because that ball definitely did not hit the backboard, but nonetheless he's going to get his self alley-oop right here, and he is just cooking right now. Look at him shaking and baking on everyone. He has so many points right now. Nobody's been able to shut him down so far, especially not Brandon Jennings, who the team is relying on as one of their best players in this finals. So if he can't guard right now against some of our better guards, their team is not going to be able to shut us down. So you see, we started off really slow, something I said I was worried about. We started off so slow. We were down by about 7 points at one time, but we are trying to get back into this. We are cooking right now. You see, we are trying to create something with Paul George, can get that little move, and we're going to take that into the paint for the left-handed layup, and there we go, boys. It is a tie game. This is exactly what we needed, and now we're going to take the lead. So we were down by a ton, but our defense is stepping up, and our offense is stepping up too, and this team hasn't scored a point. We've almost scored 10 unanswered points in a row. So we're moving on quite a bit later here. You see the score hasn't changed much, or at least the lead that we had did not change much. We're now up by 3. You see we're letting Blake Griffin play that point guard role. We all know he likes to do that a little bit. He's got a little bit of handles, a little bit of good vision, so he can actually play that point forward role, and he's pretty good at it. So that's one reason I like having Blake Griffin on this team. He can really be a good stretch 4 for us, and it really works well. But right here, they are going to get the and one on the pull-up J by, I just can't recognize what that is, but that pull-up J is going to go in, and he's also going to hit the free throw, and now they are only down by 3, make that down by 1, and so they're going to get this layup in transition. I'm getting a little bit concerned, I'm getting a little shaky, but right here, James Harden's coming down, he's going to drill that tray ball, or actually no, that's counted as a 2, his foot must have been on the line, but he's going to hit the 2 to give us a 5-point lead, and that's not enough. You see Paul George is shaking and baking on this boy. He's just going to pull up in his mouth and drill it. Paul George has nothing to do with this guy. This guy cannot guard him. Paul George is just shooting right over his body. It just does not affect his shot whatsoever, and right here, we're going to throw up the oop to Blake Griffin, and I don't know, boys. I don't think the Pacers can stop us. We are clicking on all cylinders. Our offense is really just mowing through this defense right now. Every single shot we're taking seems to go in, no matter where we are, no matter what the situation, no matter how hard they're guarding us. We just seem to be making the shots, so I just don't see how they can stop us. You see James Harden just going to pull this in his face and just drill it with no problem. This lead we were down by 7, and in the matter of about a quarter, we're now up by 16. So something that we need to pay attention to is it appears that my team is like a second half hero. Every single time in the second half, they turn up, and oh my goodness, are they unbelievable in that second half. They completely shut the team down. The scoring efficiency of the other team basically cuts in half, and our scoring efficiency gets close to doubled. So whenever the second half comes around, it's needless to say, we become a whole nother being. We just unleash the beast. And it's just no team can stop us in that second half, and that's been kind of the story of these playoffs, the story of at least the 2 games that we played in the finals so far. Because if we didn't have a good finals or a good second half in these past 2 games of the finals, we probably wouldn't have won these 2 games. But if you guys enjoyed, please click the like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of this series and what I do to make it more interesting in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to stay tuned to this series and other series I have going on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.